Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome to Office Hours with Jess, your weekly dose of marketing and communications made simple. I'm your host, Jessica, and today is Monday, October 6th, 2025, and we got a lot to talk about. So, my motivation for today was something that I heard a couple months ago on Brie Renee's podcast, where she talked to another podcaster who said that no matter what, the day that her podcast is supposed to drop is going to drop, regardless of what's going on in her life, regardless of if she's sick, if she's traveling, doesn't matter, it's going to drop. And that is my inspiration for today. I'm a little bit late recording this. It's actually Monday morning, so I'm recording, editing, and dropping this all on the same day. Clap for me, okay? But I'm really, really trying to be consistent in quarter 4 because, as I have mentioned in the past, consistency is my Achilles heel. And it's crazy because that's the one thing that's going to make me successful is my consistency. It's not what I tell you. It's not what I am planning. It's not what I'm talking about. It's what I actually do and what I do on a consistent basis. So I have committed in quarter 4 to showing up, whether this gets views, whether people comment. I'm doing it for me, okay? But I'm also doing it for y'all. So let's go ahead and get into these platform updates because I want this to be really quick so you can go on about your day and implement some of the things that I'm going to be sharing. So grab your coffee, and let's get into it. All right, so first platform update, we're going to be talking about Instagram. Instagram is testing Reels as a main feed. Nobody asked for this, but they're doing it. So users in India are now able to open up Instagram directly on the Reels feed. So instead of opening up, seeing your normal timeline, your photo feed, whatever you want to call it, they are able to see Reels first. And the reason behind this, according to Instagram's CEO, Adam Mosseri, not sure how you pronounce his last name, Reels and DMs, interesting, have driven most of the growth on the platform over the last few years. So they are exploring making them the first two tabs. Now, Meta, which is the parent company of Instagram, recently reported that Reels now makes up 50% of all time spent in the app. Now, I have a few thoughts about this. I saw this news drop on Threads, and Threads users were not happy about this. And a lot of people are saying the reason why Reels engagement is high is because Instagram is prioritizing Reels. Instagram, and you remember when Reels first dropped, they were like offering these bonuses on them. I got paid a couple times from Reels, but it was like the thing to do because they were trying to compete with TikTok. And so now everybody's making reels. And so as a result, of course, most of the engagement is going to be on those reels, especially if Instagram is pushing them. So users on Threads were not happy. They're saying the same thing a lot of people across multiple platforms are saying about Instagram. They want the app to go back to its original purpose of sharing photos. They want to see the photos and the content from people they actually follow, not people that Instagram is pushing to them, not every post or every other post being an ad. People want the old Instagram back, and Instagram is like, we don't care. We're gonna be a TikTok clone. If you are someone who sees a lot of engagement on Instagram, or if there's somewhere you want to grow, this is something that you can use to your advantage. Create more reels. Let me say my thoughts on reels. I think reels are cool. I just personally don't like to spend a lot of time scrolling social media. And when it comes to reels, you gotta watch them. You gotta watch them to the end a lot of times to get to the point. So I usually just scroll past reels. I'm not even gonna lie. Unless it's somebody that I'm looking for their content all the time and I want to see it and I want to see what they post. But if it's not, like, I'm not really checking for it. And also, there is a lack of creativity in reels these days. You know, a lot of people do the same shots. They have the same voiceovers. It's just like you've seen one foodie reel, you've seen them all. So I'm personally not into reels like that, I feel like, or for me, with the content that I make, if I make a reel, it's going to be something similar to this. I like straight to the point. Tell us what you're doing. Give us a little visual and be done. I don't need to see all of the extra. But that's just me. I thought it was interesting that DMs were put in there as part of the growth. And I have a theory on why, but I'll get to that in just a second. But I know in my own experience, my conversations are happening in my DMs. At one point, they were happening in the comment section of a post, but now they are happening in my DMs because of my stories. So there may be a connection there. If you post a lot of stories and you get feedback through your DMs, that may be a different way for you to approach Instagram. That has actually been my approach because, like I said, I'm not really a fan of reels. It's one of those things where Instagram introduced it because of TikTok to compete with TikTok, but just the fast paced nature of reels is really not for me. So I gravitated. And then I noticed also that my post on my feed where I would get the views, they were not getting a lot of engagement. And it could be that I need to revisit my own content strategy, which is why quarter 4 is all about that for me. But I think it also just tells the story of the algorithm and people not seeing a post until 3 days later, especially if you're not on the app all day. So I just decided to post on stories, and that has worked for me. And that's my main strategy over on Instagram. And now, my theory about why DMs are driving engagement is because a lot of creators now are using the auto DM feature that you can implement through ManyChat, through Stan, through Linktree. There are a couple different ways that you can set up an auto DM for a person to receive a message from you by typing in a keyword. I think that probably has a lot to do with why DMs are seeing that increase in engagement. And at the end of the day, I feel like Meta is just trying to copy TikTok. Like, it's trying to, not only TikTok, but other platforms, and they're trying to do it better. I just feel like all the apps are chasing TikTok, and that is not something that I'm interested in because I actually do not care for TikTok much. It's too fast paced. Everybody talks like they are on the 2 times speed. Like, it's just too much for me. It's overstimulating for me. Now, when you get to the section where you're getting all the funny videos, it's different. But I probably open TikTok 3 times a month. If that, I'm just not really there. So I don't like the fact that Instagram is trying to compete so heavily with TikTok with these vertical videos. That's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you all think about it. Now, speaking of TikTok, this is good news for you if you like TikTok and you want to grow on TikTok. TikTok is increasing their subscription revenue for US based creators. TikTok wants more creators to rely on the app and rely on using this app for their audience. And as a result, they are offering creators in North America up to 90% of their subscription earnings through bonus incentives. So this is an effort to show creators that, hey, regardless of what's going on with the government, we got you. We're going to pay you more. We want you to build your audience here. And TikTok also wants to raise awareness of its subscription model and get more creators posting exclusive content on the app. Now, if you already have a following on TikTok and you do not currently offer a subscription, this may be something worth trying. At the end of the day, you have to know your audience inside out. If you're going to offer subscriptions on TikTok, what exclusive content could you possibly offer that would entice your subscribers to go ahead and financially subscribe to you? I think this is great for TikTokers who have that following and who have ideas for exclusive content and who have followers that are engaged. It's always a win when you can earn more money creating content. So let's talk about Threads. Threads is now Threads is now the leading real-time social media app. So it has surpassed X in active daily users while X steadily declines. We'll get to that in a second. People are still flocking to X for breaking news, for major events such as the incident that happened with Charlie Kirk. Those type of major events, people are still going to X to get information about it. But Threads is continuing to improve its experience for users and creators, and they're driving more interest with a broader range of topics, with a broader range of users. And in addition to that, Threads also introduced groups in the form of communities. This is something that they borrowed from X, I believe, as well. And so now you can join communities that discuss topics that you are interested in. For example, I joined the NBA Threads community because I like basketball and I like keeping up with the athletes and what's going on with the teams. I love looking at the marketing of the teams. So I joined the NBA Threads community. I also joined the book Threads community for people who love to read books, because your girl loves to read a good book. Once you join a community, your membership is public on your profile so that people can see what you're into, what you like to talk about. And I have a prediction for Threads. But wait, let me talk about X. So I think X is steadily declining. One, because Elon has run it into the ground. Now, I am a free speech advocate. I'm not a journalist, but I am in the communications industry. So I am always going to be for free speech. But I also think that there are parameters that should be in place for people to opt out of seeing certain things. And X is a place where I have been told, because I got off the platform in 2021, I've been told that you can open it up and see explicit photos, X-rated content, and no platform is going to survive doing that. That's just way too far for a lot of people. So that, I believe, is part of, or a major part of why X has declined in users. Let me get to my prediction now. My prediction is that Threads is going to be the platform to be on in 2026. Threads has continued to grow. It has totally sold me. Like, I am a what's the name for people on Threads? A threader? I am a proud user of Threads. And actually, well, we'll talk about that in a second. But my prediction is that Threads is going to be the platform to be on in 2026. Mark my words. Now, before we go, because like I said, I wanted to make this quick. I'm doing this to be accountable. We're gonna figure out what our format is. I know I want to do platform updates and I want to give you something practical that you can use. So let's get to that now. Now is a good time to revisit your strategy for quarter 4, revisit your content strategy and your brand strategy. What have you been doing all year? Has that worked? If it hasn't, now is a good time to shift. We want to start quarter 4 off testing things, testing new things before we get to 2026. And we want to finish the year strong. So I believe that now is a great time to look at doing some new things for these next couple months of the year and see how they work for you. By doing this, you are going to carve out your lane. Everybody does everything. So many people are creating content. So many people are doing what I'm doing, sharing their insight on marketing and communications. There are a lot of people that are doing beauty content, a lot of nonprofits popping up now. And the truth is, regardless of what everyone else is doing, you are still you. There is nobody on this earth that can put out the content that you can put out. Even if they're in your same niche, even if they're in your same city, nobody can do you better than you. So this is your time to carve out your lane, Figure out what it means for you to be authentic online, what that looks like. Figure out what you can offer your audience that's unique to you, and do that. People are craving that connection, craving that conversation. You've probably seen the conversations about bots and the internet being dead. So people are seeking out real humans with real experiences, real advice, real insight. So this is your chance. If you're interested, now it's October 6th, so you're 6 days behind, but it's still worth giving it a try. I joined Stan's October social sprint, which basically requires you to post every day online. You can mix up your platforms. You can choose to do one platform, but if you post every single day for the month of October, which is 31 days, then you will get a free Creator Pro subscription on Stan, which is worth $99 a month. So I'm currently on the $29 a month plan. And I thought that this would be a great opportunity to join, possibly meet some new creators and just see what it does to post on a platform every single day. And the platform that I chose was Threads because it is in my top 3 that I'm focusing on for quarter 4. And so far, I've gotten new followers every day. And I've just been posting things that reflect me, reflect my thoughts. Some things are revolving around business and content creation, and other things are just my opinion, how I'm feeling, something I like. And it has been working. So if you want to experiment right now, join Stan's social sprint or give yourself your own challenge of posting every day and see what happens. That's all I got for y'all for this episode. It wasn't very scripty like last week, but I'm doing this again for consistency every Monday. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope the platform updates were helpful. Let me know what you're going to do for quarter 4. I want to know what part of your strategy is. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more. I got a lot more content coming on this channel in the next couple weeks, and I don't want you to miss it, okay? And also, you can subscribe to my free DIY marketing newsletter where I share marketing tips just like the ones here, and also free resources for you to use to build your brand. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.